So they got some kind of fender bender over there. Just gonna take a look and see what they got. So yeah. So not too sure exactly what took place over here, but it looks like a little fender bender. Can't be nothing too serious, but I'm gonna check it out and see. Causing a lot of rubbernecking, so. This guy's gonna cause an accident trying to rubberneck. You guys are gonna cause an accident in what you're doing, that's so you know. I'm not sure if this guy's under the influence or something or what, but he appears to be not, not stable. And I don't know if it's a medical condition or what, because it's kind of hard to say at this point. He definitely seems like he's not stable though. Not too sure what's going on there. He seems like he's a little like confused. And that's kind of I don't know if he's stunned by the accident or if he's stunned by something else. Something just don't seem right. I don't know what it is. He could be having a medical episode, so you gotta check him out that first to make sure he's not going through any medical episode. Always gotta clear him medically first before you assume anything else. Everybody's like definitely doing the rubbernecking. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I'm not a doctor, but I would assume something's definitely wrong with him. You got that might be Stadies over there. I'm not too sure who that is. What's up, my man? That could be the state police over there coming. But this is on state police. You got more state police on their way and Boston police. I'm not too sure what happened here. I know he got into an accident, but it seemed like it's more than just an accident. This car right here just cut that car off. That lady right there just cut that car off. I don't know why she did that, but you got more Boston police responding. Multiple Boston units responding. This guy, I think he's been medically cleared, so he might be getting arrested now. I think the EMTs just gave him the all clear. So he may be getting arrested. EMT said looked like he's okay. So let's see what's going on here. EMTs gave him the all clear. So once the EMTs give you the all clear, that's on you now. You gotta explain what happened.
Charlie 113. 113. Man, we're not getting an answer to 304. Can we try to call him to Buzzington, please? Sure. Charlie Base, did we get a callback number for that River Street call? Charlie Base. Charlie's just answering. Well, we can take that call now. Okay. All right.
The way these people are driving, they're gonna cause an accident. They're not paying attention. The guy almost ran to the back of the ambulance. Yeah, EMT vehicle. He definitely seems like he's not in his right state of mind.
Charlie 113 board.
Take care, buddy.
Hold up.
The EMTs gave the all clear. There's nothing medically wrong with him. So he's probably under some kind of influence. I don't know if you guys can hear him. His speech is not the greatest speech. Let me see if I can get closer.
Delta 103. that the 103?
103.
And just an update, we have a state police. We're just going to stand by with this.
I have a state police. I'll talk to you.
He's not even stable. He can't even stand on his feet. So that's another concern. If he can't talk straight and articulate his words and stand on his own 2 feet without wobbling, that's another sign of you're under the influence. So more likely he's going to go to jail for driving under the influence. I'm going to walk on the medium over here so I can get a better view of what's going on. Because he definitely got some slurred speech. How far back? How far back? 12 feet? How far back though? I back that 20? 15 feet, you sure? That's 15 feet right there.
Okay, he's asking you to back up.
Is that a lawful order?
What's that?
Is that a lawful order? Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing?
Is it a lawful?
Good. I said, is that a lawful order?
He's asking you to back up.
Is that a lawful order though?
He's asking you to back up.
I know, but he's asking, but is it a lawful order?
I didn't give you the command.
I know. So, because the thing about it, Supreme Court has ruled on there's no set distance. So you know.
Okay.
I know. I just want to say. I know. Well,
just so you know, she doesn't want you to record her.
just so you know, she's in public. You know that, right?
I know, but she's telling you that.
You know about the First Amendment, right? Look it up on YouTube. First Amendment audits. They know about it too. So you cannot tell someone they cannot record in public. And a lot of Boston police try to push that. We're not going to let them do that no more because they try to infringe on your rights. And they got body cams that are closer than me, but yet I can't stand right here. So if you don't want to be recorded, just so you know you're on body cam. So she doesn't want to be recorded, so you gotta shut your body cam off. You got it? You heard her, right? You heard her say that she want to be recorded? You're my witness. Take care. You want to be recorded, everybody shut the body cam off then. I mean, everybody says that, but then you look at the law behind it.
At 12:36.
This is what you call state property. This is the public easement. There's no law that says you cannot walk on the public easement. There's a guy over there selling flowers on the public easement. People sleep over there on the public easement. It's not a problem, but it's a problem when I bring my camera over here. So that's the issue that you cannot. That's called discrimination against the First Amendment. And somebody told me to do more audits than just recording, because recording is one thing, but audits is something different. And I was over there, which wasn't a problem. I step over here, it's a problem. Why? And just so you guys know, I'm well over 20 feet away from them. Well over 20 feet. Like, well out of the range. I can't even hear what the guy's saying, to be honest with you. I had better listening over there than over here. And the police should not even, this is so I know how the police do stuff that's not right. The police should not even entertain, if somebody says they do not want to be recorded in public, the police should not even entertain that. They should tell them he has a First Amendment right to record in public. So the police are not doing their due diligence by enforcing the law either, by saying something that's not true, by even trying to enforce something that's not true, but better yet, unconstitutional. This is for all the auditors out there, and I've got a lot of auditors that give me feedback offline. So this is for you First Amendment auditors that who ask me to do what I do. I'm not going to say your names, but you know who you are. this is gonna be the first. I was gonna title it "Accident on the Expressway," but it's gonna be a First Amendment audit on the expressway, because that's what it comes down to. It comes down to a First Amendment audit rather than anything else. Hey, what's going on? Doing pretty good. What's going on? Oh no, I'm good right now. I'm just recording a guy on the Mass Ave. Yeah, he's about to get arrested. All right, cool. Yeah. Police officers, instead of trying to enforce somebody's opinion, they're supposed to enforce the law. That's why I asked the police officer, was it a lawful order? Because if it's not a lawful order, you do not have to listen to them. A lawful order is a lawful command within the law. Supreme Court has not put a set distance from you being from the police, but it has said designated blocked off areas. As you see, there's no crime scene tape. So as long as you give them a safe distance where you can record without interfering with them, you're perfectly within your legal bounds. Now, if I was right up on them, that'd be something totally different. So he's going into the look like he's going to be getting arrested. And I want to iterate that the police officer never said he gave me a lawful order. He said that's what he says. So what he says, and that's the legal ramifications behind it. They always say what he says. They never say yes, it's a lawful order, because if it's a lawful order, then it becomes a criminal complaint that he's violating the First Amendment. So listen to the words that the police officers use and how they use them. That's what's very important too. And he never said it himself. He said that's what he says. So he's only verifying what someone else says. I could tell him the sky is purple. That doesn't mean that the sky is purple. I could tell them that all dogs drink water. They may all not drink all water. They may drink something else. It gets to a battle of a he say, she say. And I think, no, I'm not going to say that right now. We'll say that for another video. We'll say that for another video. We don't want to put too much into one video. So this guy's got some front end damage. He rear-ended that other car. He's clearly under some. He's yelling and screaming at the stadium over there. I like to educate people as well as show them what needs to be done. So he's being arrested for driving under the influence, and you really can't get him for resisting arrest because he didn't really put up a fight. He was kind of disorderly, but you really can't get him for that either. More likely, you're going to get him for the driving under the influence and reckless endangerment than anything else. The disorderly conduct stuff. Now you have to prove disorderly conduct, and you have to kind of be in a public setting where you're doing something out of the ordinary. And he wasn't really doing that, and other than having. How you doing, buddy? slurred speech and just a little agitated. Other than that, he wasn't doing too much. And Boston police and all police departments should take a small course in law. Just a small course, because that will help them do their job a whole lot better. When I say a whole lot better, it will make their job so much easier if they study some kind of elements, especially the criminal elements of law. Because the criminal evidence of law is what their job is based off of. The civil part is not really relevant to them. But the criminal elements of law is very important for Boston police and all police officers. And people, the funny thing about it, people say they don't want to be recorded in public. I guarantee you, I'm almost willing to bet you, if a police officer was beating the crap out of them, they'd be glad somebody recorded them in public. So those same people that don't want to be recorded in public, the next time you get assaulted or get beat up or get robbed, how would you like it when there's no witness around to see what took place? That's some food for thought for those people that keep saying do not want to be recorded in public. And I get tired of hearing people say that, because there's cameras everywhere. There's traffic cams, there's store cams, there's Ring doorbells, there's dash cams. You know what I mean? There's so many different cameras from different styles and different methods throughout the whole United States. And then you're going to say you don't want to be on camera. Well, then you might not want to leave your house. Because every time you step out the house, you're being recorded, whether you know it or not. Whether it's on the city, local, or federal level, you're being recorded. Just some food for thought for people that don't want to be recorded in public. Time that we educate people that are not educated. And honestly, I don't think I got much footage of that woman on camera anyway. I got maybe a little bit, but not much. And that was a nip bottle that fell off that car, in case you didn't see it. He had like a nip bottle that fell on the by the state trooper's foot. Not saying that's what he was drinking, but it's in his immediate how you say it, area. It's in there. It's very close to where he was sitting at. Just because you have an empty container does not mean you were drinking it too. There's a lot of how do you say it, evidence that you have to prove to say this guy was drinking that. Now see how the state trooper has his taser on the left, gun on the right. So your right side is your dominant side. It's always the side you carry your firearm. Your less dominant side is the side where you carry your taser. Some people carry the taser on their chest, which is okay, because that's the tactical position of carrying it. But it's usually never on the same side as your dominant side. So when someone says they grab their taser instead of their firearm, it's almost impossible to do, because the weight of a taser and the weight of a firearm is two different weights. The safeties are different. The trigger mechanism is different, so it's very different.
Charlie Alpha 81 and myself, code 19 IB 1450 Blue.
1450 Blue. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, thank you.
Can you guys just check around the area of 537 Columbus Ave? This caller seems to think that this gentleman outside is having some sort of mental health crisis. Says he is hysterically laughing, doubling over and wandering outside and approaching passerbys as he goes. White male, dark hair, medium build, and a red jacket with black hood. Thanks.
just so you guys know, I am not anti-police. I'm more pro-police than ever, but as long as they're doing their job correctly. Now, if you're doing your job incorrectly, I could be anti-police because you're not doing your job correctly. And I had this conversation with a couple of police officers before. They asked me, was I pro-police or against police? Well, was I pro-police or anti-police? I said, I'm pro-police if you're doing your job correctly. And if you're doing it bad, then I'm against you. So as long as police officers do their job the correct way, I support you 100%. I give you all the support and more support because you guys have a very difficult and troublesome job. But when you're not doing it correctly, that's when I have the problem. And you got to know the law. You got to know your boundaries and know the law. Had I not challenged him on that law, he would have told me to back down to the end of the street. So you can't always listen to what someone tells you because it's not correct. And I see many police officers do it to civilians. I keep my mouth shut because I don't want to be considered interfering, even though I do have freedom of speech and it would be considered not interfering. But they may use it as interfering, if that makes any sense. When you understand what police do and how they do it, and you've been, well, I'm not going to say that, but you've been around police officers long enough, you know exactly what's going on. And trust me, I may know more about police work than police officers know about their own job, to be honest with you. I have heard that many times before. People tell me that, but I don't look at it that way. And I tell you, the people who really inspired me to start this YouTube channel. When I watched the Batausai, for years I watched the Batausai. His real name is Philip Turner, and I watched him like respectfully challenge the law and win. And I said, well, if one person can do it, why can't others do it? And here's a gentleman that, a young man, took it upon himself to just do a constitutional protected activity, just record the police. Now it's become case law. Turner versus Driver, case law that's been upheld in the Supreme Court, that you have the right to record the police during their duties. Before, police officers would tell you can't do it, they try to bar you from doing it. Even in Boston, there was times when me and my brothers had an incident with the police and they told you couldn't record them. I don't want to say those police officers' names, but I know exactly who they were and who they are. One day I would test them and see if they still respect that same right that they said you don't have. I will pay them a visit one day and see if they still conduct that same mentality. And my brother, if you're watching, you was there with me, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. We were innocent young men, just minding our own business. When police officers walk to us and ask us for identification, which is unconstitutional. When I started to take pictures and record their license plates, they told us to get back in the car and leave, basically. Nothing ever came of it because we never made nothing out of it. But if it can happen to us, it can happen to anybody. We just happen to be young men that knew our rights, and we stood our ground. I have seen that police officer before at another call, and he never, I don't know if he recognized me or just didn't want to say anything, but he never opened his mouth again.
Inquire with the other dispatchers and they haven't had anything today.
Nothing today, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
And this is the same D4 as before. I think D4 have a different attitude than B2 for some reason. It seems like when you run to all the police officers that give you trouble, it seems like it comes out of D4. And I'm going to focus on D4 for the next couple of months to find out what exactly is going on. I'm pretty sure if a civilian told a police officer they don't want to be recorded, they will not shut your body cam off. So why would I be treated any different? You gotta go a little bit more. You got about 5 feet. The back might stick out a little bit, but that shouldn't be a problem. No problem, buddy. That's okay. I'm not that tall either. Sometimes it's better to be short than tall, but you don't hit your head on stuff, you know? Yeah. So state police is clearing out of here. They have made an arrest. It seemed like he was intoxicated anyway, like under some kind of influence. But you can't really make that judgment call unless he's been medically cleared, because we can always assume anything. But until you make the medical clearance of that person,